Meg, you were born and raised in St. Louis, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
What got you from St. Louis to KU?
Well, I had a cousin who went to KU who was a creative person kind of like me, and he came and did graphic design. So KU was kind of the logical answer, and I was always creative, and doing graphic design just seemed like a sensible way to use my artistic talent.
So you've obviously done a ton of work with and around KU. Where do you find yourself drawing inspiration from when you start thinking about a project?
It's a lot inspired by the Midwest and kind of my roots here. There's like a work ethic and a style of doing things, and so it always kind of starts there. And I think there's things about the specific place, the flora and fauna and the animals and the sunflowers that I was drawn to. Obviously KU has a very, very dear place in my heart, so that was a pretty natural fit for me to celebrate some of that, and many of the other things that I paint are similar to that. It's just something that I love, or something that I'm very curious about, that I will start to explore and research and then create some work or a portrait.
So you've been really a long-time supporter, partner with the KU Alumni Association,
Mm-hmm.
but that's really kind of taking on a new manifestation here this year as you get ready to install and unveil 10 pieces of original art for the newly renovated Adams Alumni Center. Talk to me a little bit about what you've thought about, where you've drawn inspiration from as you've gotten ready for that.
Sure. It's actually 11 pieces, so
okay.
Yeah.
I'm one short.
It has been a really, really amazing project because it's allowing me to really stretch out into researching the origins of the deepest held traditions at KU. What are the origin stories of these things that make KU what it is? And at the very basic level, when you say rock chalk Jayhawk, it's 3 words, and the stories that brings up, I could spend my entire career painting things about that and researching it.
How have you approached that as you've done this, kind of balancing retelling that history, sometimes really shedding light on things that others haven't?
Some of the work focuses on some of the native plants of specifically Mount Oread, and some scientists spend their entire career studying just like one of these moths, one of these tiny moths, and they will spend 20 years and they'll still have questions. And so I just feel very humbled in knowing that I can't know everything, and I'm just doing my best to celebrate as much accuracy as I can.
When you think about the life of these pieces of art, what do you want their legacy, their impact to be on KU and its communities?
I want them to be conversation starters and things that hopefully students and alumni see, and it sparks something in them to fall down a rabbit hole, much like the research has for me.